Star Trek Picard, Nepenthe. At least I think that's how you say it. This episode did not have a fistful of datas, which would have been nice. But it did start out kind of odd, and I didn't like the way it started out. First 10 minutes, there was this. It's the Vulcan Secret Service person, or security, or Vulcan Federation lady in charge of secret missions. I don't remember what her name is, but she's gigantic Vulcan ears that stick out past her hair, which is very strange. Which I keep thinking she's a Romulan, because she shows emotion, but she knows how to mind meld, which that's not, most Romulans don't know how to do that. I mean, it's possible there's Romulans that can do that. I don't know. But she doesn't act Vulcan at all. She forcefully mind melds with a human, and that's a big no-no. That's taboo. In Enterprise, with their whole episode with what happened with T'Pol. You can give someone mental deterioration or disease that way. Like what happened with T'Pol. So she forcefully mind melds with her, and then she supposedly sees something that scares her, which in the flashback. So that supposedly explains why she kills the person she's in love with later in the past, when she finally gets up to Bruce Maddox and sees him. I don't know, it wasn't explained very well, really. It wasn't explained why she did it, or what she saw, or any of that stuff. I mean, it's possible they'll show more later, but I didn't like that whole forceful mind meld thing. I don't know, I didn't like it. But I actually liked the rest of the episode, where Picard and the android show up on Riker's planet. So I actually liked that. You get to see Riker and Troy, and they're living happily together, and they have a daughter, and they're living somewhat peacefully, growing their own garden, and cooking their own food, and being pretty self-reliant, which I thought was good. I liked how it showed them as a family, that they're still together. It implied they had twins, or instead of just a girl and a boy, and the boy had passed away sometime earlier. But the girl really likes the android and becomes friends with the android, and she seems to know all about Data as an android and the things that he could accomplish and stuff like that. So I liked that whole callback. To me, it was like a callback episode, and you get to see more of the original crew together. So I really enjoyed that. I liked that part of the episode. And it was almost like kind of a respite, like a peaceful type of memory type of episode. Where he's hanging out with his old friends. It continues the Picard story of every episode. It's a different type of show. So this was like, an old episode of just friends getting together and eating dinner and hanging out. So that was kind of, I don't know, I enjoyed it a lot. So there wasn't a lot of action, like in the one or two action episodes. Supposedly there's a lot of Borg stuff happening in the next episode, so because his friend that he left on the Borg cube is the one was sworn to protect him and follow him everywhere, and then didn't listen to him. Summoned 7 of 9 with that little bracelet, or at least he sent that to. He sent the summons to was who she works for, whatever group she's a member of. So we'll see what happens there. But I would give this episode about a 6 out of 10. I liked it. If you're not a fan of the original series, The Next Generation, I mean to say, you might not like it, just because that's to me, that was the draw of this episode, was you got to see them together and talking and hanging out and doing things. So, I mean, there wasn't a lot of science fiction stuff happening. Not really. It was more about, like, emotions and feelings and stuff. Which was not bad, but supposedly the next episode is more things being shot in phasers, blasting. To me, Star Trek has always been, the best Star Trek has been the most cerebral Star Trek, where it makes you think about things and makes you think about society and how things interact and all that stuff. So, this episode kind of did that. So, and you got to see a new planet. To me, Star Trek's about finding new planets, and I saw one. So, I liked it. I would say, if you like my content, please subscribe, or like, or interact with it, or share it, something like that. So, till next time.